Join us as we visit the National Science and Media Museum in Bradford, West Yorkshire. The museum has 7 floors of galleries with permanent exhibitions focusing on photography, television, animation, video gaming, the internet, and the scientific principles behind light and colour.
Let's see these.
You what? UK City of Culture for 2025.
I don't know who that is.
I want to show you a movie.
Listen from it. That's what you used to use, Elliot.
Smells bad in here.
It's a big camera, isn't it, that, look? Hey?
That's the pictures anyway.
There's some interactive stuff on some of the photos.
Big place, isn't it? You what, darling?
I've just seen Digital Revolution.
We're coming down in a minute, don't worry.
And then we'll go to there. This is really cool. I like it.
Oh, that's the camera there, look. See that big camera?
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what it used. That's what it used to be like. Not like it is now, your hand.
I want to see the Digital Revolution.
Yeah, look. It don't matter, does it?
Does it?
All right, Elliot, this way, darling.
This way, baby.
It does matter because it goes through years. It goes through years of cameras, darling. So of course it matters. 2 minutes and we'll be round that way. Yeah, well, that's fine, as long as we've gone round that way. I'll get what I can.
out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I'm not sure if this has always been here or if this one's this new bit.
I don't know. Whole place originally was a photography museum, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been updated over years. It's now what? Photography and media? Science and media?
It's like it's the dark one.
No.
There's no lights in that in it. I don't think you'll be able to get
Normally red light, aren't they?
over. Yeah. It's changed.
Touch the star. Take photo.
It's a photo and video area.
Crackers, aren't you?
What you doing? What's that? What? It's cameraman.
Taking a picture, isn't he?
No, it's cameraman. Skippy Twinkle.
Oh no, you can't go up there.
What's this? Kodak.
Kodak. Camera company.
Don't go that way because that's
Yeah, box brownies.
Can you imagine me packing all this down when I was
Elliot, don't go far.
loads of people up there? You'd need a trailer.
Need a bloody trailer now, with you.
You go up there. Not that bad. I need the kitchen sink at home, at least.
Yeah, it's only because it's connected to the building. Elliot,
Not on.
up there somewhere.
No.
Stop running around.
Behind
I
you.
remember my mum having a really old. Sure, that was a brownie camera.
I'm sure my mum used to have one. It's in a box. And she used to have a Polaroid as well.
my photo. My photo.
Hmm. Tell you what, some brass in here, isn't there? Bloody hell.
There's a lot in here, isn't there?
There is.
What's that there? Press the button.
Press button then, darling. Don't eat it, just press it. Not working, is it?
Sigma ball.
Yeah, it's not on, I don't think. What's a dark room? There's a bath in there.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you don't bother reading stuff. Just presses it and walks off.
Elliot, come here.
Elliot, come here, let me show you that, look.
Look.
Well, read what it says, and you'll be able to tell, won't you?
Put your flash on the top of your camera.
Yeah.
Not ashamed to show your age.
How old are we?
Yeah.
Say, how old are we?
You're older than me, so.
Not by much. Let's get job right.
This is my favourite one. Hey,
Did you film into
Well, what do they do?
you look into them and you press the button in the turn on. So they start turning black, you press the button and then you look through them and there's loads of different stuff.
Right, I'll have a look in a sec.
You look.
Hello.
So if it was a flip book.
Is it a film reel? Film reel. You blow into it, darling. Elliot, there, look. Go on then, do it.
You do it on that little one, I'll do it on that one.
Blow hard, Elliot. Up through it all. You did a bit, look. Yeah.
Sit here and go to bed watching that.
This is the best.
You like that?
Wait a minute, Elliot. Breathing panic.
You're living your life under a cloud.
Rocketed along
Trouble.
into the leaf.
Put your hands on it then, let daddy video.
Slow down to a human pace, to a steady pulse. The rhythm of life is the rhythm of life.
Your head right in. On that side, isn't it? Back out and back in. Elliot, now, while it's lit up. There, look, up far side. When it's lit up, Elliot. There now. Stick your head in then. This side, won't it?
And through digestion,
You what? Yeah. He wants to have another go on that. Can you do the what? The sun? Hang on. Yeah. Can you still do something like them still? Yeah. You have to download it, look.
Oh.
We will do. On what? Well, Mummy will have to download thingy, won't she? Yeah. Mummy's going to have a look. All right. Some bite size.
I wanted to play it.
Yeah, look more to listen to here, look, if you want to.
So that you get used to all the different aspects. There's so many different skills in digital creativity.
Crackers, aren't you?
School.
Oh, yeah.
There's tackies. Yeah.
It's a right shirt, that, innit,
Yeah,
Elliot?
yeah.
Tackies.
Eh?
And I go play my game.
Can I in a second, yeah.
Tackies.
Tackies, yeah. Eh? Huh.
Food.
Yeah, it's big, think about it, it's stomach.
A poodle. A dog.
That's a sausage dog. Dash am, if you want to be correct.
Can I go?
If you want.
You are.
Thank you.
Stunning blue ball, sea, land, cloud, and ice. This picture was taken by satellite, way out in space. Take a look. Can you spot us? It's daytime right now. We're facing the sun.
Bung him up it, that's what you do.
What's this? The Earth's turn. We fly around into nighttime. But what is on our minds to eat? Let's do a probability and find out.
You can't even.
The slide walk then? We know.
Just take these.
It's nicked me eye.
This guy only has one eye. This. No!
Hello. Hi. Ah.
How's your nose in that cold?
Hey, look, Elliot. It says, can you feel the beat? How long you put it on till? No, we'll be done before then.
Science show today called Invent and Imagine. We're going to learn all about what people need, what sort of traits they might need to be very, very good scientists. I think we'll start off with first thinking about what might scientists look like? What do we think a typical scientist might wear? What kind of things might they be using? Any ideas? Feel free to got a hand on that.
They might wear a lab coat.
A great start. We've got lab coats. Fantastic. Scientist. We've got one in the room. Then what things do you wear at work? That. You might wear that. Very correct. You are very correct. What other things might a typical scientist might use? Got a lab coat on. What might they have over their eyes? What might they have? Might have some goggles. What might they have on things like their hands?
Test tubes.
Might have some gloves. They might also be using all sorts of fancy chemicals. Would you
Didn't
say
say where. So what might they have?
might look like these people? Would you say these people look like scientists? Yeah, we've got lab coats, we've got vessels of mysterious liquids, what any good scientist needs. We've got lots of things to cover their head, cover their hand, all sorts of stuff. So, if these guys are scientists, would we say these people are? Indeed. They are all scientists as well. They might look like we expect them to, but they are all doing science. Cameras. Cameras are a form of science. We're a science museum. We've got tons of cameras. Because how they work is a form of science. Music. That sounds very, very strange. That's all to do with sound. Sound is a form of science. How that all works. We've got people messing around with lots of light, drawing things with light. That's just working with cameras, working with light a different way. Yet more science. And green screen, witchcraft. It's absolutely a form of science. It's mad. There's all sorts of things that people can do to get involved in science, and as seen here, anyone can be a scientist. The main thing you need to be a scientist are three things, in fact. Three, what we're going to call our C's today. We have three C's. We have our first C, which is creativity. And to remember our C's, we're going to give them all a bit of a gesture, and I think there's nothing more creative than jazz hands. Good jazz hands for creativity, fantastic, we're all getting very involved today. We then also need to be committed. We need to be wanting to keep going, trying again and again. And I think there is no better hand gesture than maybe a nice wheel. Rolling your hands like that because you're committed, you're driving forwards, you're pushing through. And then lastly, we're going to be curious. We're going to use curiosity, and I think we'll do a nice bit of thinking. Because some people are doing it even before I just gestured. Fantastic. But to be a good scientist, you need these three things. We're going to talk a bit more about them today. But to get ourselves warmed up, it's still quite early in the morning, especially on a weekend, so I think we're going to get our brains working with a bit of a game of true or false. And these true or false questions are all going to be about inventions, and specifically things that were invented, created accidentally. Not intended to do, but were a form of it. So we'll go straight into it. All I want you to do is if you think it is true, give me a nice big thumbs up, and if you think it's false, give me a thumbs down. Easy, easy, easy peasy. The first one we've got is this thing, the microwave. We all know what a microwave is. You might even have some in your kitchens. So, we are going to describe what the invention story of the microwave is. I want you to tell me if you think I am completely making up. So, the person who made it was a scientist who was working with radio waves, with things like radar. So massive antennas sending out these radio waves, and he created these things. He was really proud of his invention, so much so that he thought he needed a little treat. He was like, I've done such a good job, you know what I could go for? A chocolate bar. So he reached into his pocket where he already had one ready because he knew he was going to have a very good day. And he pulled out his chocolate bar and found it had turned to goop. It had melted in his pocket. And he figured that there was something to do with his radio wave, something to do with his radar, that must have heated up and sort of cooked the chocolate bar in his pocket. He did some more research, found these microwaves, trapped them in a box, and used them to cook food. Do we think that's true, or do we think that's false? I think lots of true. You indeed really that's a true story. Which is mad because I don't want to think about what it was doing to the rest of him, if that was what was happening to his chocolate bar. Let's not go too into it. So we'll go into our next one. The humble packet of crisps. Invented by a John F. Walker in Brighton, in fact. When he was a fish and chip shop owner, who worked with lots of potatoes in his life, and he had a customer that hated his chips. You know, the normal sort of thick fish and chips you get. He went in and he was like, they're soggy, they're gross, I hate them. And John F. Walker was offended. He was deeply offended, so he was like, I'm going to get my own back on him. I'm going to make weaponised chips. I'm going to cut them really, really thin, fry them until they are incredibly hard, incredibly crispy, so they shatter in his mouth. Maybe even cut it up a bit. Oh, I'm going to be so mean. And the problem was, he gave them to this customer, and he loved them. He thought, this is what every chip should be. Everything should be this crispy. He then, though, John F. Walker, was not disheartened. He was like, well, if one person likes this, maybe lots of people do. So he backed them up, started selling them, beginning with a paper bag on the shop on the seafront, and then eventually it became a huge success, becoming the potato crisps we have today. Do we think that's true, or do we think that's false? I see some people thinking it's true. It is indeed very false. None of that is true at all. The walkers must have existed at some point. We don't know when the first crisps were invented. We've basically been frying potatoes for as long as we've had potatoes. So we have lots of different evidence of recipes that are hundreds of years old that were the first crisps. So we will never be certain. I will grab it to you. It's this stuff. You can tell it's dangerous because it's very green. Would you like to hazard a guess what is in this syringe? It's creating our bubbles. It is indeed so. If you want to take this point, very carefully, I will then lift my flask. I prefer this is much safer. If you want to take the end of that and squeeze it into there for me. Bang! Nothing happened. The reason I don't like touching this is the last person who touches the soap has to do the washing. You do have to do the washing. Yay! Oh, well, that's great. Give me a round of applause for our wonderful volunteers. Let's take a seat there. This isn't going to do much, though. This is just going to trap in our bubbles. What we need to do first is add our wonderful catalyst. So, I think we'll open it up and we'll need a nice countdown for our demonstration here, because it's not the science show, we don't get a countdown. I think, though, we should do a countdown from 4 today. Mix it up a little bit, mix it up a little bit. Oh, let's not get up all the way over here. We don't want you to get all the way to the bubbles. We've got to make sure you're in our seating area. So, here we go, a countdown from 4, going down to 0. So, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take a step back, because sometimes it's a bit quick.
Watch it out.
There we are. You can see our wonderful elephant's toothpaste. Now, we can see some interesting things about this to begin with. Those of you at the front, even at the back, it's going quite early. Can you see some sort of steam coming off it? Yeah, that is the reason I'm stood over here and not next to it. It's very, very warm. It's what we call exothermic. Let's not get very, very close to it now. It's very, very hot. And, the more importantly, it will stain your clothes. So we don't want you to... Yeah, we've got a wonderful elephant's toothpaste here. The other reason, because of potassium iodide, it breaks down, you can see this kind of yellowy foam that is happening at the bottom. Now, this will keep reacting for the next sort of 20 minutes for the rest of the show. We could sit here and watch it if you want. I'll put a flame next to it. It's going to pop. We're going to pop probably quite quickly. I will do that in 3, 2, 1. And it pops. Pretty quickly at that. And it has popped. We want, though, to see how things like water and conductors can maybe make that slow down a bit. To do that, though, I think I'm going to need a volunteer. I think I'm going to need a volunteer. I'm going to see if it pops any differently. So if you want to hold this stick for me, you do need one more thing that I need to grab. So if I've got just holding that, I've forgotten one last piece from our little den here. Give me a second. There. I've got you a poncho. Do not worry. I also want to add a bit of the air of risk to make you worry that you're about to get stuck. So, do not worry, because hopefully you shouldn't even get any water at all. So if you want to pop, hopefully that's the right way around. It is not. Ah, poncho on. There you are. Pop that over here. Very stylish. Very stylish. So if you want to hold that lid slightly higher up, so you get the flame underneath it, fantastic. Now, I want you all to see what happens when I hold the flame underneath. When I take my flame, doesn't pop at all. Do it again, go. Nice, I'll put it down. Doesn't pop. And that's because the water in here is taking all the heat and immediately taking it away from the rubber. The rubber and the old air one got melted really quickly, letting out all that air. So if that water is absorbing all the heat from the bottom, what do you think would happen if I heated it up at the top? Do you think it should get wet? Shall we find out? I think we are excellent scientists here, so we should give it a go. Even got it. Only fair that we all have to think a bit wet, do not worry. But thank you for our demonstration. Yep. If you want to step up over here, grab the end of this and into the balloon. Grab that and squeeze it as hard as you can into that fire. Give it another one. Give it another one. What can you all notice that might be a bit unusual about this fire? It's red, it's changed colour. And that's because of the chemical in there. Give it a squeeze. See it one more time. Fantastic. Excellent work. So this has got chemicals in it that burn in different colours. If you want to swap places, we will then get our next volunteer up. Fantastic. If you want to do the exact same, if you want to... Something like it. A bit stiff. So if you want to grab this and give it a squeeze into that fire. So it's a bit more spray-like. Yeah, don't worry. What colour is this one? Green. Yeah, we've got that cycle. So we've got the yellow coming from the candle, and then the yellow from our candle. So we've got a nice little green. Fantastic. But we've got plenty more. We've got 2 more to do. Some of them do like to get a bit stuck. So if you want to see what this one's like, get slightly closer. That's one step slightly closer. There you go. A squeeze. There we go. Fantastic. That's quite a big flame. It's got a nice yellow colour. We've got one more. This is the one that is very temperamental. There we are. Come on, step up. This must be my favourite one. I really like this colour. What colour is this one producing? Yeah, got sort of a nice sort of blue colour. Excellent. If we have a nice round of applause for our wonderful visitors, I think it's only fair to give it a go. We'll go probably for our best ones, which is our red and our green. Right, loosen them up. Just blow this candle out. Make sure they are nice and working. So, see what happens. Pay attention to see if they mix together or stay the same as I spray them at the same time. Not quite spraying as much as I would like. There we go. What do you think? Staying the same or mixing together? They're mixing a little bit, but you can see they are still a bit separate. And this is how lots of colours in space work. When we look at lots of planets or galaxies out in space, the different chemicals we can see their different chemicals by the colours that they are. So for instance, ones like our sort of blue purple one, things like potassium, we've got things like sodium, we've got what we call some boric acid, we have strontium. All these different colours, different elements, we picked out by the colours that they produce. I will then, just to make sure that no accidents happen,
I'm just following you. Oh, there we go. You made it.
Walking into mirrors, mate. Oh wow. That's brilliant.
You need to check it off.
As it sounds.
Take it off.
What you gotta do?
Wait, don't you make a sound?
To make the liquid vibrate. Alright, good at that, eh? There, look, vibrating.
Wait, you need to move it.
Were you actually looking at that then?
I did see it, yeah.
You know, if you tweak it back and get it just thing, it'll constantly vibrate.
I haven't even had a go.
What you wanting to go on? Go on then. He wants to have a go on this. What you gotta do? It's just mute sounds, isn't it, that? Elliot, voice changer. Elliot, you don't need to smack it, do you? You can press it, you know.